Science explains what it is and how it functions, but not why. Questions that science doesn't have direct answers for. Science says life acts purposefully, but without a purpose. Matter is fundamentally mindless. Let's take a look at this mindless life. Cells, organs, microorganisms. In a sense, if they didn't have this inherent given direction, they wouldn't act at all. Why the selection for survival? Why the adaptation to eat? Why the fitness to reproduce? Why avoid harm? If they're mindless, they'll just sit there and exist, but they don't. Instead, they struggle for life. Sort of hint to the built-in programming. DNA, RNA, the kidney, blood cells, motor proteins. It looks like all these things are thinking, but they don't have a consciousness. They don't decide, they just do. Matter itself can't say this is how it's supposed to work. This is broken. This is for a reason. Yet they still act like these distinctions exist. They repair themselves, they grow, they reproduce, respond to challenges. An acorn's end is a giant oak tree. It grows towards that end no matter what. They grow through things, either that be rock or wood. Who's giving it that direction? Themselves? Itself? The acorn becomes the tree. What came before the tree? What came before the acorn? What came before the flower? What came before the first plant? The heterotrophic, non-photosynthetic eukaryote flagellates? And what's before that? Chemistry. And what's before that? Elements themselves. You see, science keeps presupposing something prior. Science itself relies on function. Function, it assumes there's a difference between what's working and what's broken. Kidney stops filtering. We don't say it's just working differently. We say it's not functioning properly. What gives us the right to say that? When naturalism says cells are mindless, no intention, no foresight, no goals, then it also says they adapt, they respond, they know when to stop, they change their strategies. And that language only works if rules are there. Limits, standards, constraints that mean something. Creatures reproduce despite the cost, showing that life follows its programming beyond the immediate pain or comfort. Plants grow thorns. Animals avoid harm. Life follows built-in rules and a system it abides by, not conscious choice. Cells and these plants here, man, they don't decide. They obey. And obedience implies a law. A law implies a source. Science, it explains the process. But explaining how something works doesn't explain why matter is carrying out rule-like processes, carrying out these instructions at all. Coded instructions in DNA, RNA. I'm not anti-science. I'm just not willing to strip the truth from the truth. Scripture says humans are from the dust. From the dust. That's not anti-science. That's affirming. We're made from the elements. Genesis doesn't give us a timestamp. It says that the earth was void and formless. Time obviously works different for God. To me, it seems that everything is designed for a specific reason, to be. Science can explain what things are made of, but not what they're for. So what do you say your purpose is?